Welcome to another history video. CR with One Up Boys here to introduce you to a Taiji Chuan user who has had a pretty hard and wild time throughout the Dead or Alive series, constantly losing to a man she just wants to prove herself to, though surprisingly gaining more steam and determination to win after each loss she suffers. Welcome to the history of Leifang. How she was created. Leifang was created by Tomonobu Itagaki for the first Dead or Alive in 1996. She was originally named Long Lihua in her early sketches, where her fighting style was basic Chinese Kung Fu. Sadly, there isn't much else that's been discussed about her creation process, with only a couple pieces of art for her arcade debut. There are, however, a couple pieces of extra concept art from when the game came to Sega Saturn and PlayStation. Leifang's look. This is another character where her outfit has changed in pretty much every game she's been in, although from DOA 3 all the way to DOA 5, she actually kept the same outfit with only minor hairstyle changes in 4, where she let her hair down, and 5, where she put them in pigtails. Her 6th game appearance was the most drastic change in the series, as her staple after DOA 1 became Cheongasm gowns, though they did experiment similarly in DOA Dimensions. Personality. Leifang is quite the interesting character, as she has basically no interaction with the main story of Dead or Alive, but has focus and determination unbridled, as she mainly wants to prove herself, especially to Jan Li. This proves definitely true through her fighting him 6 times and only winning 2. The second time mostly due to Jan Li basically being depressed as battles lost their luster to him. None of her losses ever really demoralized her, instead churning into reasons to better herself. A lot of this likely comes from the fact that Jan Li once saved her before the series started. Throughout the games, she does actually prove her strength multiple times, like when she easily crushed a big rock in front of Tina, and her whole friendly rivalry with Hitomi, which originally stemmed from a single argument over a piece of cabbage. Abilities. Her fighting style is known as Taiji Chuan, being a Chinese martial art used for combat and as a health regime. This style relies less on physical strength and more on the energy of the body known as Ki. Overall, she's a pretty formidable opponent in the series who can quickly overwhelm with parries that leave her enemies vulnerable to combos and powerful holds. She even has an extreme air juggle game that can be hard to maneuver out of when used correctly. In DOA 5, she gains a sabaki stance that can counter all high and mid punches. Games she's been in. Leifang's first appearance was in Dead or Alive for arcades, Sega Saturn, and PlayStation in 1996, followed by DOA 2 for arcades, Dreamcast, and PS2 in 1999, DOA 3 for Xbox in 2001, DOA Extreme Beach Volleyball for Xbox in 2003, DOA 4 for Xbox 360 in 2005, DOA Extreme 2 for Xbox 360 in 2006, DOA Paradise for PSP in 2010, DOA Dimensions for 3DS in 2011, DOA 5 for PS3 and Xbox 360 in 2012, DOA Extreme 3 for PS4 and PS Vita in 2016, and DOA 6 for arcades, PS4, Xbox One, and PC in 2019. One other game she appeared in was Destiny Child. Voice actors. Leifang has had 1 Japanese VA and 3 English VAs throughout Dead or Alive. Her first English VA was Donna Mae Wong for DOA 2. Other roles she's had are Alice in Bloody Roar, Reina in Star Ocean The Second Story, and Shauna in The Legend of Dragoon. Her VA for DOA Extreme 2 to Dimensions was Xenia Su, who has also voiced Lynn in Rise of Nightmares. Her final English VA was Cassandra Morris in DOA 5. Some characters she voiced are Sarah throughout Sailor Moon, Raya in Mobile Suit Gundam Seed, and Isaka in Toradora. Her only Japanese VA has been Yui Tama throughout the series, with voices she's done being Helba throughout Dot Hack, Fortune in Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty, and Luna in 21 Iman. Extra info. Leifang briefly appears in the live-action movie DOA Dead or Alive, played by Ying Wang, but gets defeated by Genfu. According to Itagaki, the Chinese characters written on the back of her underwear actually reveal her full name, which is Fang Leifang in Pinyin or Fang Leifang in Jiping. Some of her hobbies include karaoke and aromatherapy, as well as music in general through DOA Extreme 3 Scarlet, due to having an affinity toward the musical instruments that can be gifted in the game. Apparently, over the course of the games, it's been hinted that she began to develop romantic feelings for Jan Li, surprisingly being one of the reasons why Leifang wasn't in the base version of Extreme 3. Leifang was really fun to play as. Weirdly, she is said to be a more tactical character, but I felt I picked up on a couple of her combos pretty well, so I had a pretty fun time doing this history video overall. Her actual story side was pretty funny and interesting to learn about as well. Hope you enjoyed, and see you next video.